Bitcoin Cash's claim to fame is scaling Viaduct bigger 32M blocks. Yet, it seems mining pools are intentionally limiting block sizes below 2M, similar to Bitcoin, raising questions about the advantages of Beach. Primer on the block size debate. In August 2017, Bitcoin Cash fought from Bitcoin Core after a coalition of developers, led by Roger Ver, disagreed on how to scale the original cryptocurrency. Ver advocated for 32M blocks as a way to scale the protocol on-chain without any additional add-ons like Lightning Network or SegWit. Meanwhile, core developers argued that increasing the block size would decrease the decentralization of the network, notably by putting more computer resource demands on node operators. Bitcoin Cash experiences unexpected congestion. Risingly, it appears that Beach functionally has a similar block size limit to BX. Within the last 2 days, Bitcoin Cash had unconfirmed transactions in its mempool transaction queue from an unexpected surge in traffic. These transactions occupy about 50M in block space. Given 32M blocks, this should have taken 2 blocks to clear. Yet, it took a full 15 blocks for the Beach network to clear these transactions. What is going on? Miners capping block sizes. Although 32M blocks are technically valid on the Bitcoin Cash network, the mining software for the protocol has the default block limit set to 2M. Many miners, including some of the largest mining pools, which seems to include Roger Ver's Bitcoin.com, are not changing the limit upward. Even worse, many of these miners are the same miners who advocated for big blocks. You just can't advocate for big blocks and set limit to 2M, that's just wrong, exclaimed one alarmed community member. Now this raises serious questions. As profit-maximizing entities, one would think that miners are incented to include as many transactions as possible. However, even transaction inclusion is a cost, albeit a tiny one, said an expert on public blockchain networks to CryptoSlate. This is the same reason why miners will seldom include transactions without a fee attached. The cost simply outweighs the benefit. For Beach, miners are already ignoring transactions with fees of 1 Satoshi per byte, $0.0006 per transaction. Now, because Beach has much less traffic than BX, both in terms of total transactions and dollar value of transactions settled, a healthy fee market has yet to develop on Beach, and, because the fees are so small, there is little incentive to include transactions given the extra hassle for miners. As said by one concerned community member, Bitcoin is totally about incentives. The fee reward is so low compared to the block reward that they do not bother increasing their block size. Whether they mine a 1M or 22M block, it has pretty much the same reward to them. Why the additional propagation headaches associated with larger blocks? The difference is clear when comparing transaction fees collected by miners. For clearing those transactions, over the 15 blocks, miners collected a paltry $150 in fees, $1.10 per block. In contrast, at its lowest, Bitcoin miners were rewarded anywhere between $1 and $2 for a single block over the same time period, over 200 times the amount. The large difference in fees gives miners real cause to streamline their operations to optimize for the inclusion of transactions on Bitcoin, argued well-known anonymous BX advocate StopenDecrypt. Healthy fee markets. How many assert that low fees are crucial for a cryptocurrency's adoption as a method of payment. Arguably the most important factor is a network's security. And low fees have the potential to undermine the security of a proof-of-work network. Currently, the infrastructure, miners and node operators, for most public proof-of-work blockchains is predominantly funded via block rewards. These block rewards economically subsidize low-cost transactions by introducing additional coins into circulation. At its core, this means that coin holders are collectively subsidizing transactions on these networks. To emphasize this point, theoretically, if BX block rewards were done away with entirely and miners were still making the same amount of revenue, then each Bitcoin transaction would incur fees upward of $40. Keep in mind, this wouldn't actually happen because it is more likely that the overall hash power, and thus security, of the network would decrease instead. Such a drop in hash rate was recently observed on Litecoin, after its halving the hash power of the network fell 30%. As explained by Litecoin creator Charlie Lee in an interview with CryptoSlate, Proof of Work blow. You can read full post on CryptoFans News, link available in text below.